You don't need better clothes. You need clothes that actually fit your frame. And right now, there's a very good chance that almost everything hanging in your wardrobe is quietly working against you. Let's break down the biggest fit mistakes men make, and more importantly, how to fix them starting today. The first mistake, and probably the most common one, is wearing clothes that are too big. This one is everywhere. Oversized shirts, baggy trousers, jackets that swallow the shoulders. And the reason men do this is actually psychological. A lot of guys think wearing something looser will hide the parts of their body they're not confident about. A bigger shirt will hide the stomach. Wider trousers will hide the legs. But the opposite is true. Excess fabric doesn't hide your body. It just makes your entire silhouette look undefined and heavy. When there's no structure to what you're wearing, the eye has nothing clean to follow. You just look bigger, softer, and less put together than you actually are. Fit is about creating a clean line from shoulder to hem. The moment you add unnecessary volume in the wrong places, you lose that line. And you lose the sharpness that makes an outfit actually work. The second mistake is the opposite. Wearing things that are too tight. This is just as damaging, and it's become more common as slim fit became the default in most stores. There's a version of slim that works, and there's a version that just looks like you grabbed the wrong size. When a shirt pulls across the chest, when the buttons on a polo are straining, when your trousers have no room through the thigh, that's not fitted, that's just too small. Clothes that are too tight don't show off a good physique. They actually highlight every imperfection and create visual tension that makes people uncomfortable just looking at you. The goal is a clean, controlled fit. Not tight, not loose. The fabric should follow the shape of your body without gripping it. Think of it like this. Your clothes should suggest your shape, not announce it and not hide it. Now here's where it gets interesting. And this is something most men never think about. The third mistake isn't about how tight or loose the clothes are. It's about proportions. Specifically, getting the proportions wrong for your body type. And this is the mistake that separates men who look consistently good from men who occasionally get lucky with an outfit. Proportion is about how different parts of your outfit relate to each other and to your body. Your torso length versus your leg length. Your shoulder width versus your hip width. The height of your collar versus the width of your jaw. These relationships are happening whether you're aware of them or not. And when they're off, even slightly, something just looks wrong, even if you can't explain why. At Frame Fashion Theory, this is exactly what we focus on. Because once you understand proportion, you stop shopping by brand or trend, and you start dressing for your actual frame. And that's when everything changes. The biggest proportion mistake men make is ignoring where their clothes break their body visually. Every outfit creates a horizontal line somewhere on your body. Where that line falls determines whether you look taller, shorter, wider, or leaner. And most men are placing those lines in the worst possible positions without even knowing it. Here's a simple example. Your shirt hem, where it ends, creates a horizontal line. If that line lands right at the widest part of your hips, it draws the eye directly there and makes your lower body look wider. If it ends slightly above that point, the eye moves past it cleanly, and your silhouette looks leaner and longer. That's not styling. That's geometry. And it applies to every single item you put on your body. The break of your trousers at your ankle, the button stance on your jacket, the point where your collar opens. Every one of these is a horizontal line, and every one of them is either helping your proportions or hurting them. Most men never think about this. They just grab their size and hope for the best. But once you start seeing these lines, you cannot unsee them, and your eye for fit improves permanently. The fourth mistake men make is buying clothes based on size labels instead of actual fit. This sounds obvious, but it's one of the most damaging habits in men's style. A medium from one brand fits completely differently from a medium in another. Sizes are not standardized. They never have been. And yet most men walk into a store, grab their usual size, try it on for 5 seconds, and decide it works. What you should be doing is trying clothes on and checking 4 specific things. First, the shoulder seam. It should sit exactly at the edge of your shoulder, not falling down your arm, not pulling back toward your neck. This is the most important measurement in any top or jacket because it cannot be easily altered. If the shoulder is wrong, the whole garment is wrong. Second, check the chest. You should be able to pinch about an inch of fabric on each side. Any less, and it's too tight. Any more, and it's too loose. Third, check the length. Your shirt hem should end just below your waistband if you're wearing it untucked. Fourth, check the trouser break. Your trousers should just lightly touch the top of your shoe with a minimal break. Anything more than that, and you're carrying excess fabric that's shortening your leg line visually. These 4 checkpoints take 60 seconds, and they will save you from buying things that look wrong the moment you put them on at home. The 5th mistake, and this one is subtle but powerful, is ignoring posture when trying clothes on. Most men try clothes on in a changing room, stand completely still, look straight ahead, and decide if it fits. But you don't walk through life standing completely still. You move, you sit, you lean forward, you put your hands in your pockets. And a lot of clothes that look fine standing still immediately reveal fit problems the moment you move. When you try something on, roll your shoulders forward slightly, the way most people naturally carry themselves. If the back of the shirt immediately bunches or the jacket pulls across the shoulders, that's a fit issue that posture is exposing. Sit down in the trousers. If the waistband immediately digs in or the fabric across the thigh pulls tight, they're too small in the seat. Fit has to work in motion, not just in a mirror. And here's something worth understanding at a deeper level. Bad fit doesn't just make clothes look wrong, it changes how you carry yourself inside those clothes. When something is too tight, you become physically aware of it and your body tenses. When something is too loose and shapeless, there's nothing to make you stand tall inside it. The right fit actually encourages better posture. It gives you a reason to stand up straight because the structure of the clothing is working with your body instead of against it. This is what frame fashion theory is really about. Understanding that clothing and your body are in a relationship. And like any relationship, when both sides are working together, everything becomes easier and better. Now, there are 2 more critical mistakes that most men make, and one of them involves something almost every man owns, but almost nobody wears correctly. We're getting into that in the final part. The 6th mistake is one of the most widespread fit errors in men's wardrobes, and it involves jeans, specifically the rise. The rise of your jeans is the distance between the crotch seam and the waistband, and almost every man is wearing this wrong for his body type. Low-rise jeans sit below the natural waist, and they were everywhere in the early 2000s. A lot of men got used to them and never stopped wearing them. The problem is that a low-rise shortens your torso visually and extends your leg, which sounds good in theory, but in practice it creates a dropped, sagging silhouette that looks sloppy on most body types. It also means the waistband is sitting at or below the widest point of most men's midsections, which emphasizes exactly the area most men want to minimize. A mid to high-rise jean sits at or just below the natural waist. This does several things at once. It lengthens the visual leg line, it gives the torso a cleaner finish, and it holds everything in a more structured position so the whole lower body looks more composed. If you've been wearing low-rise jeans your whole life and wondering why your lower half never looks quite right, this is probably the reason. The same principle applies to trousers, chinos, dress trousers, casual pants. All of them look significantly better on most men when the rise is correct. And correct means sitting at the natural waist, not hanging off the hips. This single adjustment alone changes the entire proportion of your lower body, and it costs you nothing. The 7th and final mistake is the one that brings everything together, and it's the mistake of treating fit as a finishing thought instead of a starting point. Most men decide what they want to wear first and then deal with the fit second. They choose the style, the color, the brand, and fit is almost an afterthought. Does it more or less work? Fine, I'll take it. But fit is not the final step. Fit is the foundation. Everything else, color, pattern, fabric, style, sits on top of how well the clothes actually work with your frame. A perfectly colored, perfectly styled outfit in the wrong fit looks mediocre. A simple, plain outfit in the perfect fit looks excellent. every single time. This is why you see some men who spend very little on clothes and consistently look sharp, and other men who spend a lot and never quite get there. The difference is almost always fit. The man who looks sharp has internalized fit as his first filter. Before he even thinks about what the garment looks like, he's asking, does this work with my frame? Does this fit my shoulders? Does this proportion my body correctly? And here's the good news. You don't need to rebuild your wardrobe to fix this. Start with what you already own. Go through your wardrobe right now and look at each item through the lens of everything we've covered. Check the shoulders. Check the chest. Check the length. Check where the horizontal lines fall on your body. You'll probably find that some things you've been avoiding actually fit well, and some things you wear regularly are quietly working against you. The items that fit well, those are your foundation. Build from there. When you shop next, fit is your first question and your last filter. Not the brand, not the price, not what looked good on the model. How does it work on your frame? Because here at Frame Fashion Theory, that's the whole point. Style is not a mystery, it's not talent, it's not something you either have or you don't. It's a framework, and fit is the most important part of that framework. Once you understand it, everything else becomes much simpler. If this video helped you see your wardrobe differently, hit the like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more men who need to hear this. Subscribe to Frame Fashion Theory so you don't miss what's coming next, because we're going deeper into exactly how to dress for your specific body type, your proportions, and your frame. And drop a comment below. Tell me the biggest fit mistake you've been making. I read every single one.